Yeah, Dalo, one. Who do you have here? The joke. Yeah, my sister, was that why you were calling me? See, this our sister just broke a news now. I want us to look at it before we start. Please. That's the first person that called me when I just started the stream. No, please send me the video. Send the video to my WhatsApp. Any of my numbers you have, please send them to any of the two. Send me the video, my sister. Guys. Fake revolution everywhere. Fake revolution. Fake. Chai. One no daddy train. Yeah, my brother, I'm fine. Welcome everyone. Okay, I should check my message. Send it on WhatsApp. Please. Send it on WhatsApp. Please help send it on WhatsApp. Copy the link and paste it on WhatsApp. I will get it. Yeah, good day. You got everything. Kai. My sister, send it on WhatsApp, please. Oh, my people. Thank you. Fake revolutions everywhere. Fake history. Fake everything. Those of you see those black people, please tell our sister Angela, I'm not quarreling with her. I just want her to be seen with her own eyes. So for her not to tell me how she has lived in the USA for 25, 30 years. You are living in Massachusetts. Believe me, any person living in a liberal city in the USA is the last person who should be talking about history or geopolitics. Is the last person who should be talking about American politics. Any person living in a liberal, tell our sister Angela, I hope she sees this thing. Fake everything. Fake. Thank you, my people. Yeah, we'll have someone. Malitosh. Ha, Unami. Now there you there. I'm fine, Bassi. I'm fine, Joy Bassi. Okay, try, my sister. Just copy it and paste it on WhatsApp. Then hit send. Thank you, sir. Possible, Bassi. One name, mother. Ha, Ezemo. I hail you. The healer himself. My people, I just like as if she knew what I was going to discuss now. As if she knew. Immediately I opened the stream, her court came in. You see the George Floyd nonsense, George Floyd bullshit. You people will let her get it. Hold on. We are coming. We are coming for them. Their days are numbered. Let them control the media houses. Let them control everything. We don't care. As long as we can still access the internet, forget it. Forget it. None of their plans will flourish. Guys, please let me share this video. Share with friends and family. Really? My people, why I want to, the topic today, we are going to focus on Ice Cube. Why are they trying to cancel Ice Cube? Why would you tell me that is the age of revolution, yet there are people who are not allowed? Okay, my sister, I will try. When you copy the link, before you, the way you pasted it on this thing, go there to my WhatsApp. You just go to the message box, like you want to send me a message, paste it there. But I'll try and get it. I'll try and get it elsewhere. After the program, maybe we'll use it for tomorrow's program. My people, why are they trying to cancel Ice Cube? It's just a simple question. Why are they trying to cancel Ice Cube? Okay, why are they trying to cancel Ice Cube? Is he not a black man? Is a black man not allowed to tell his own history by himself and what he knows? All these fake revolutions, I've told you people, it's not for us. This is the first revolution I've seen in my life. It's not the first. Just like every other revolution I've seen since I grew up, is usually anti the working class, anti the common class. Check it. The Libyan revolution. Who did it hurt and who did it favor? The Tunisian revolution, who did it hurt and who did it favor? The Egyptian revolution, who did it hurt and who did it favor? The revolution that toppled the government of Yugoslavia and created all these small countries, weak nations around that region. Who did it hurt and who did it favor? Okay? Wait, let me block you first because I'm coming. I'm coming, guys. Who did it hurt and who did it favor? Hey, my dear, they've come for him already. They've come for him already. People will never learn, just like the dummy I sent to the gulag right now. The dummy, tell him to type again. My people are very dumb. Listen, I am not condescending to anyone. Let me come out openly. I've been there before. I've been that dumb. I've been that naive. I've been that misguided. I've been that misguided in the past. They think toppling the status of Christopher Columbus is helping anyone. Guess what? The people who sent Christopher Columbus never set foot in the mainland USA. Okay? Now you are toppling the status. Now check the people who sent Christopher Columbus, the people who armed him. He was a pirate, a criminal. The people who sent him there, who armed him, the bankers, the people who organized, who sponsored the what do you call it, expedition. The people who sponsored the expeditions, guess what? They are still the people ruling Brazil, Argentina, Mexico, Colombia, Chile, name it, everywhere there in Latin America. They are the same people, and you think you are fighting racism by toppling the status of Christopher Columbus? Why do you think they want to replace American history? Tell me. You know why? Because when you go too deep, you will not be seeing your white neighbor as your enemy. It will be the people at Wall Street. The people of Wall Street, Broadway, Silicon Valley, all of them. Are you understanding me? All of them. Guys, it will lead you back to Israel, the place you call Israel today. Don't worry. You want to talk about slavery? How about we talk the people who made the money, not the whole white people? Now you think you're marching for George Floyd? See the news our sister just gave me. Don't worry, I will go and look into it. I will call my contacts in the USA and ask them what exactly is going on. Not as if I didn't know. Huh? Did anyone tell you the day they burnt that nightclub George Floyd was working at? I told you they are just burning evidence. Just like the toppling of Christopher Columbus statue. No, you are not fighting white racism. You are not doing anything to end black enslavement. You didn't do shit. The people who did it have long gone. They are long gone. What you are doing by toppling those things is erasing. You are helping them erase evidence. 200 years from today, without seeing that Columbus statue, tell me how the people who will exist 200 years from now would know exactly what happened in the past. And you've forgotten that if you don't know the past, you can't understand the present. And when you don't understand the present, you cannot plan for the future. It's that simple. Today is just the process of connecting yesterday and tomorrow. They've hijacked the movement a long time ago. a long time ago. Guys, we are going to expose them. We are going to expose these people. Please, if you don't, what other evidence do you need to know that this is a fraudulent revolution, is fake, than the fact that Buhari and co are paying protesters to go and protest in front of the US embassy? I've asked you one question before. Can you get close to the US embassy? Do you know the location of the US embassy in Abuja? Yet these people were allowed to go there and protest. No security stopped them. Please, those of you who visited the current US embassy in Abuja, tell them here what it's like to get through into that area. See your defense headquarters or the naval headquarters. See the Chinese embassy. You walk just after a couple of meters. Less than 60 meters or 7, let's give it 100 meters, is the US embassy. Somehow protesters were able to show up there. It is to give a false picture of a global mass movement against white supremacy and racism, whatever that means. Whatever that means. Why are you not allowed to talk about the Jews and the Muslims? Their role in, not just the Muslims, when I'm talking about the Muslims, is not about the sub-Saharan slave trade or Saharan slave trade. Saharan/Arabian slave trade. No, I am talking about the ones they were even selling to the Europeans, which is still continuing till this day, till this very day, my people. It's still happening. It is still happening. I kid you not. I kid you not. Ice Cube is now about to be cancelled by the Hollywood, but remember, they were the ones that formed NWA, Niggas with Attitude. Niggas with Attitude. And if you know the type of people he has been retweeting, the Hebrew Israelites, those guys don't joke. Even though they are still religiously brainwashed, when they want to move out, they move in a large number. Those are the people I've been telling my friends, do not try to argue with those people. Eh? Okay, my people. Those people, let them try you with Ice Cube. Have you asked, why is it that almost every music executive is a J? Huh? Almost every music executive, movie executive, everywhere, they are J's. Now your brothers and sisters are singing, they are the ones making the money. When you want to get out from their slave contract, check. You think slavery has disappeared? Check the contracts they are giving your musicians. Check the contracts they are giving them. Now they will entrap them with something and tell them they have to belong to this court. Shut up, they are not going to give you any power. They will make you commit a crime in the name of initiation. That's where they will blackmail you to death. Now, when they can't get you that way, they will find one person, one scandal. Maybe a girl you've slept with before, 10 years ago, will start coming out, you will see Me Too movement. They will descend on you. Now, where's the Me Too movement on Joe Biden? Who raped his intern? Now they are looking for evidence. When they found that, and they found a video where the girl's mother called in on Larry King's show and told Larry King that my daughter used to work for a known senator in Washington, that she got raped. She doesn't want to say the name because they know how powerful those senators are and the people who are protecting them. You think That video on CNN. The next day, CNN went and deleted the video from their archives. Go check, my dear. Go do your own research. Deleted it from the archive. You think CNN has that video, but the CIA, the FBI, NSA, the rest of them don't know about it. They will leave. That is why they want someone like Joe Biden in power. So when they tell you to do something, you refuse, everything will be brought in the open. You will be impeached, you will be sent to jail, every money you've been stealing from the government will be recovered immediately. Then your family will start suffering. If you don't want that, you do what you want. It's the same way they are holding your so-called celebrities. This is the only way they are holding them hostage. Now, those of them they cannot blackmail, they'll kill them. They will kill them. How many conscious rappers do you still have? Nipsey Hussle, what happened to him? He was doing a documentary on Dr. Sebi without knowing the people he's trying to touch, the pharmaceutical industries, including Bill Gates and the people he works for. Pfizer, what do you call them? Johnson & Johnson, Bayer, and the rest of them. And the rest of them. Ice Cube, guys, look at what they are trying to do to the brother. Now they are calling him anti-Semitic. What do you even mean by anti-Semitic? Semitic people are people of color. They are people of color. These people in Israel today, they are Khazars. They are Khazarian Jews. Jacob Franks and co. Menachem Begin, go and check with his family tree. All of them came from southern Russia. They are the Khazars, the Ashkenazis. The Ashkenazis. Any African that thinks Israel is his ally is either ignorant or a damn fool. Could be the person is lying to you. Yes. Why are you not allowed to talk about certain people? When you mention it too much, they take your account. Huh? Why? Why only white people? No, differentiate it. What white people? What white people? And when you look at it, it's by class. It's their rulers. Their own rulers. Guys, let me remove this. Okay, I think this formation is better. This form is better. Guys, fake revolution, fake everything. Guess why you cannot hear the truth? Because they own the media. They own the media. The six networks, they are all owned by the J gang. Then you have the Saudi money everywhere you look at in there. Twitter, go and check the Chinese and the Saudi money in Twitter, in Hollywood, in all Fox News, in Fox News itself. Saudi money is there. Yes. Jordan Rupert Murdoch is a bit in more in control. When Rupert Murdoch dies, believe me, his children, Dr. Carson, they wouldn't even mind how many viewers he's getting every night. They will kick him out. And that will be the end of network media in America. That will be the end of network media in America. Believe me, Tucker Carlson will float his own news company and will beat everybody, including Sean Hannity. And I hope he starts running a 3-hour program every day, weekday, Monday to Friday, 7 till 10 p.m. with his whole team. and you will see the death of the final nail on the coffin of the US media. Guys, the age of calling people conspiracy theories are over. I've been losing my Twitter account since 2017. Ask those who knew me then. Do you know how many followers I had on Twitter? My first Twitter account? Forget the number of followers. Look at the people that were following me then. You see this Mike Sanovich. Some of you are now tweeting. I've been exchanging texts with Mike Sanovich since 2016. Don Jr., the son of Pablo Escobar, the second, Junior, son of a legend. Journalists, you see your Jake Tapper of CNN have exchanged at least mentions with him. We've gone back and forth. He bowed. I tweeted to Mike Pompeo and got suspended on Twitter for some days. Then the second Twitter account was specifically for him. After tweeting something about him, the thing disappeared. See, some of you just knew about censorship last year. Ask my friend, says Zifani Chukubiami witness, Nnoke Chukubiami witness, or SARS or Sazua. Bear me witness when what I've been shouting it since 2017, even 2016. They control everything. Yes, Black Lives Matter. Okay, no problem. Are black people allowed to criticize the Jews? Huh? Are you allowed to talk about Judaism? The same people who were telling us how dangerous the Muslims were in 2000, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002. The time leading up to the destruction of the Middle East, you saw how they were telling us terrorists, usually Islamic terrorists, this and that and this. Then when they started using those people to create these fake terrorist attacks in Europe, hey, those of you in Europe, where are all these terrorist attacks, the bombings in your streets, the beheadings and all the rest of them since the Syrian war wound down? Where are the terrorist attacks? Huh? How is it that ISIS was able to attack major European cities, but look at the Israel that is at their backyard, they couldn't even fire just one missile into their territory? And when the Syrian forces start killing ISIS, pursuing them, you will see Israeli planes bombing Syria. This is a war crime, international war crime. Why don't they send Benjamin Netanyahu to the International Criminal Court? Huh? Why? Do you know how many social media platforms they've taken him, they've suspended him on? Do you know that? Huh? If you talk bad about those ones in America, you will lose your job, of course. See it. See, and I'm supposed to glorify this one with a reply. My brother, keep on sleeping, sleep well. Sorry for interrupting your sleep. I am very sorry. I apologize for interrupting your sleep. Please go back to bed. So, are you telling me that Israel that is getting protection from America, the uniforms their soldiers are wearing are made in the USA? They can attack America, but somehow they small Israel. My people, wake up. Open your eyes. Some of us need to be doused with fuel and cold water. So you wake up and be very mindful of fire at the same time. Why were we allowed to criticize Muslims, talk about Islam those days, but all of a sudden when they started using these radicals to achieve their aims, you started hearing things like Islamophobia? Why? Why? Why, my people? They told you, see, they told you to stop reading the Stormer, the Daily Stormer. That is a white supremacist news site. Guess what? You are not going there to become white. You are going there to listen to the other side. Breitbart was called an anti-Semitic site before. All of a sudden, when they started shifting, go and check the people who are pouring money into Breitbart. It's now doing all these sneak peek attacks on Donald Trump. All of a sudden, you stopped hearing you stopped hearing anything bad about Breitbart. Huh? When did it happen? When Trump refused to go to war with Iran. When Trump backed down from going to war with Russia on behalf of Israel over Syria. Don't worry, guys. The great unraveling is upon us. The great unraveling is upon us. You will get it. I told you it's the new age. We are entering a new age. Most people don't know it yet. Most people don't know it yet. I told you they've overplayed their hands this time around. It is out of control. Where is Bill Gates? Where is Billy G? Where is Billy G now? Tell me, when was the last time you heard from Billy G? They don't bring him in front of the television again to tell you that we need to remain locked down until we can find a vaccine. You need to remain. Where is the Ghanaian president? Let him come and talk rubbish again. Let him come and yap rubbish again. Guys, the great unraveling is upon us. Those who don't know go know. Those who know go know more. I keep telling them there is a difference between opinion and fact. You have different opinions, but fact is one. Call us whatever you like. After running around, you will still come down to that place. That place gone. My people, as long as you know what you're talking about, do your own independent research. Forget what millions of people are saying. Truth is organic. No matter how they try to destroy it at a time, stand by your words as long as you've done your research, not repeating what the whole general public is repeating. They're calling you a troublemaker. Hey, are you the one? You pretend to know most at every time. Ask them how many times have they been able to prove you wrong? Not once. And I'm supposed to come and listen to professional wrong people. Perpetual wrong people. People who've not been right on a single issue, not once have their ideas defeated yours. Their opinions have always fallen in front of yours. They have no truth. They have their truth, not the truth. Okay? Guys, is upon. We are coming. Wait, let me even show the video I came to analyze today. Baptizing Kanoa. Edu Johnson, Alpha one. Go, man. I greet you too. I greet you, my brother. Thank you for joining. Guys, please help me share this. Osetie, let us play the video. They go hear us. We are coming. We are coming. Ababig, Abeolewe. We are coming. Then go, no. Then go, my dear, at the end of the day, they will surrender to us. We will not surrender to them. The truth is on our side. The truth is on our side. Watch it. Ice Cube cancelled by media for tweets about a certain group that is off limits. You know the group that is off limit, a certain group that is off limits. They have different groups, but number one is the J Gang. Guys, please go subscribe to his channel, Vincent James. You will not like everything you see there. You will not. There are strong opinions he has that I don't support. I'm even willing to debate him on them. You may not like everything you see there, but take the ones that is meant for you and leave the rest. Take the ones you are supposed to take and leave the rest. That is how people be. Please let us start. This is Ice Cube at the background. Let them try it with this one. The gangs will be back again. The gangs will come back. Niggas with attitude. You will see them. Let them keep it up. Their days are numbered. The days of their monopoly on information are over. Again, Ice Cube cancelled by the media for tweets about a certain group that is off limits. Let's go.
Ice Cube is off the goop, as they might say. Ice Cube has gone from buying into, I guess, this whole sort of Black Lives Matter thing, which he still kind of is, right? He went from tweeting anti-white things, retweeting a lot of the mainstream media, to just going completely in a different direction into like esoteric conspiracy theories. We're going to talk about the Black Cube. We're going to talk about a couple of other things here. And he's caught the attention, of course, of the Jewish community. Let's just put it that way. Let's put it lightly. We're going to read an article from the Forward. And I don't know if you remember this or not, but a couple of days ago, there was this protester who promised to go into the Diamond District, which is largely a Jewish neighborhood.
A protester tweeted something about going to the Diamond District in New York, and it's a Jewish district. Immediately, the protester was arrested. You can tweet about going to cause mayhem in black neighborhoods, in white neighborhoods, burn everywhere, kill people in Chicago. Nobody will say anything. The moment someone made mention of going to the Diamond District, guess what? He got arrested. Now reality is, I believe reality has dawned on that one, that, hey, you are not allowed to talk about here. Guys, listen to him again. Hear it again.
Things here. And he's caught the attention, of course, of the Jewish community. Let's just put it that way. Let's put it lightly. We're going to read an article from the Forward. And I don't know if you remember this or not, but a couple of days ago, there was this protester who promised to go into the Diamond District, which is largely a Jewish neighborhood. And he sort of hinted at attacking it without really directly saying it. Now, there have been many protesters, many rioters, many looters who have threatened to burn down white communities, burn down the suburbs, go after the suburbs, so on and so forth. None of them were arrested. This guy, as soon as he threatened a Jewish community, as soon as he threatened a Jewish neighborhood, this guy was arrested immediately. Immediately. And now we have a lot of people in the media, including, well, even Mark Lamont Hill is calling Ice Cube anti-Semitic, which is quite laughable if you recall what Mark Lamont Hill said not too long ago. But we have the Forward writing about Ice Cube, calling him anti-Semitic. And so what you need to do as a online anonymous activist is just pile into the replies of Ice Cube with all sorts of videos that you can find, right? We're talking flat earth, we're talking everything. Just give him everything. Just run him completely off the rails, because in large part, it's funny. It's funny to see what he's been tweeting about. Now, he has yet to put a lot of this stuff on his Instagram page, where I think he has actually more followers on his Instagram page and it's a younger audience. But let's get him to start putting this stuff on his Instagram page. That would be hilarious. So we're going to read through the story here from the Forward. We're also going to show you a couple of his tweets. Before we get started, though, I just want to remind you to check out the link in the description below and go to either preparewithvincent.com or waterwithvincent.com. At preparewithvincent.com, you can get $100 off of a 4-week emergency dry food supply. This dry food supply has a 25-year shelf life. 284 servings. That means it's cheaper than 4 weeks of food at your local grocery store. 2,000 calories a day, 12 different food varieties. Add water, pesticides, pharmaceuticals. So if you're thinking about stocking up on dry food supply, water filtration, things like this, because you see what's going on around you, you're a smart person, but do it through My Page of Supply, do it through this channel.
Guys, do you see the type of things white people advertise to their people? Most of them have been stocking up for years on ammo, on food, on medical supplies. 3 years, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, they've been preparing for a time like this because this has always been their history. Did you see the type of things he advertises on his show? Now compare that with what your black people advertise to their own people. All these fools on YouTube, because of YouTube pennies, they will not tell the truth. They'll keep on saying, we black people, we will do this. They've been fighting us. They've been doing it. Fuck them all. Emotional politics, those are emotional hustlers. Emotion hustlers. Black power here. What fists are you pumping in the air? Look, check, compare what they do to their communities and what your own people are doing to their own communities. Check the white church, check the black church. We've done it before. We've done a program on it. Compare the two, okay? Again, subscribe to his YouTube channel. You will see lots and lots of things that will educate you, things you are missing about the European wars, the First World War, Second World. These are the people who will tell you the truth. Hear from the other side. Who is speaking for the Germans? The World War II and World War I stories you heard are all one-sided. Hear from the other side too. Now you know why they want to destroy Europe, since you don't want to do it. Now they can destroy you, empower China. That way, when you falling, you will be on your knees begging. Then they will come back and bring a new draconian law. With the draconian rule, everyone will go back to slavery before you know it. All this contact tracing, all the sheeple that put this, what do you call it, on your profile pictures, your tiny little thing, I've forgotten the name. The frame, all these tiny frames. I stay home to keep my community safe. Okay. How come the same people who encourage you to put that nonsense are the same people encouraging you to go and riot? Oh, coronavirus will disappear because you are marching against racism. Huh? Let's continue. Continue, my brother.
The channel tremendously. Both links are in the description below to use to give me credit. Preparewithvincent.com and waterwithvincent.com. So let's get to the story here out of the forward. Rapper Ice Cube posts series of anti-Semitic memes.
Please, this thing is now offensive. Oh. You see, this thing is, you can find this everywhere around in old Egyptian studios, or the things you call what do you call it? The places you call temples. No, they are art studios and what you call parliament buildings today. Yes. What temple? What temple? My dear, this thing, to post this thing about the Hebrews who were enslaved in Egypt. Hebrews, black Hebrews. Please don't call them black Israelites. There was never a country like Israel until 1948. There is a difference between being a Hebrew and being an Israeli. Hebrew is a language. The people in Israel today don't speak Hebrew. They speak Yiddish. Yiddish because they are from Eastern Europe, Southern Russia. They are the Khazarians, the Ashkenazis. Yiddish is a made-up language. They just formed it and started speaking it. They copied from different people, different places, because they are warriors, guys. They've been copying from different cultures, everything around them. They speak Yiddish, not Hebrew. Now look at these Hebrew people that were working in Egypt then. Posting this thing is now considered anti-Semitic. Watch. Rapper Ice Cube posts series of anti-Semitic memes on Twitter. Semitic people are people of color. Please, that's the meaning of that word, Semitic. Does Benjamin Netanyahu look like a person of color to you? The people in Israel on average are whiter than the whites in America. Yes. They are whiter than the whites in America. But you want to fight white racism? Don't worry, we are coming.
On Twitter, the rapper Ice Cube courted controversy on Twitter Wednesday after tweeting out a series of memes linking Judaism to occult worship and implying that modern-day Jews are not descended from ancient Israelites. Ice Cube has tweeted hundreds of images and messages in support of the protest against systemic racism in policing over the past week. But on Wednesday, he went off the goop without warning. Several of those tweets, posted within minutes of one another, seemed to target Jews. One showed an image of Egyptian hieroglyphs.
Are these not black people in this Egyptian hieroglyphic? Huh? These are in Egypt. Go and check. They've been trying to repent them. Yes, they are giving them a makeover. Yes, go ask people in Egypt. Where I will post the video one day. I will show you people the video. Those of you whose parents visited those places in the 80s, in 70s, even late 90s, keep those photos. You visit those places again, you find out that these paintings, they've started using other colors to paint them white. Why? Because even the people who are in Egypt today are not the original owners of Egypt. These are Arab slave traders, slave invaders. They are invaders. They kill you. Talking about what the white people did in West Africa? Huh? Go check what the Arabs did in North Africa. Look at what the Arabs did in North Africa. The Europeans, they may kill 10% of you, enslave 90, then sell 40. Leave 50 there, and they will leave the weak 50. The Arabs, they will come out of 10, they will kill 9. That is why the black population of Egypt, Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco, Libya are almost the same. Those are the histories you are not allowed to talk. Oh, no, don't go there. Do not go there. Tell me, is this a lie? Did Ice Cube make these things up? The evidence is there, but you are not allowed to speak. And most people don't know it. You see your fellow black men and women defending Israel here. Why? Because of the religious brainwash they've gone through. Because of the religious brainwash they've gone through. Guys, I told you something in the morning. Start assuming that everything you were told from the moment you were born is a lie, including who your father is. Including who your father is. Stop mocking the children of lorry drivers, all these tanker, trailer, 911 driver, lorry driver, tipper drivers. Mocking them. My dear, do you think you know how many siblings you have? Your father may have children in Abo, in Okada, in Bini, in Ijebu-Ode, in the north, Sabongeri. Do you know I know your father's wife in Sabongeri, and you have your brothers and sisters there? No, you yourself, when they talk, check your own. Ask you, you don't ask your papa. Start questioning even your very existence. Second guess everybody. Start second guessing everybody. That is how you start waking up. If someone tells you that the sky is blue, my dear, go out and check again to make sure that the sky is still blue. Maybe something changed 2 hours ago you didn't know. That is how we wake up. The moment the people wake up, the system is over. It's over.
hieroglyphics, supposedly depicting Hebrew slaves, and the words clearly they are black people. The meme may be a reference to the idea shared among some members of the Hebrew Israelite religion that black people, not present-day Jews, are the true descendants of biblical Israelites. Clearly, they're black people. Another tweet depicted a black cube inside of a Star of David above images of sculptures and of black cubes in cities around the world. The black cube of Saturn is evidently a reference to occult worship.
My dear, the black cube of Saturn. It is this same black cube that Jews wear on their head. What you call the Star of David is an occultic symbol, is the Star of Rephan. Okay? And you see the cube in the middle. All these things have served as symbols for the planet Saturn. See, we didn't map the planets yesterday. No, we are just learning what the ancients knew thousands of years ago, in case you don't know. Again, guys, the planet Saturn, Saturday was named after Saturn. The ancient name for Saturn is Sabbath or Sabbath. The Jews worship on Saturdays, on Sabbath. Now, check at the north of the planet Saturn. You will see the map of this so-called Star of David. You will see it sitting on planet Saturn. Go check it. Look it up. Look it up. Don't take my word for it. Look it up yourself. The Jews wear black cubes on their head like this. Those of you that are talking about Judaism, what do you even know about Judaism? Ụmụnne, ndị nke na-enye m Zionist state of Guinea, na-enenekwe na ya were n'anya na-enene ya, were n'anya na-afụ ya. You wear your kippah. Mecca, this is the same thing in Mecca. Guess what? The people ruling Saudi Arabia are Jews. Even Arabs know these things. Ask every Arab you know in UK, in the USA, those educated ones that are against their government. Do you know they are watching all of them everywhere they are, in every country? Go ask them, is it true that the ruling family of Saudi Arabia are Jews? They'll tell you they came from Jordan. They are the people who've been living in Petra for thousands of years that killed the Jews of Petra, I mean the blacks. Where's the black population of Saudi Arabia? Where are they now? Guys, watch it. The Great Awakening. This is what awakening is. You see why I told you, please don't call me woke. Woke people are these ones marching, burning down the street, fighting for the master without knowing. Those are the woke. There is a difference, the difference between being woke and being awake. We are awake. Those guys, they are woke. Okay? Let us continue.
I think probably a lot of you guys know the Black Cube conspiracies, right? Black Cube of Saturn, Santa Ana. I live right by this thing, by the way. I live very close to this. I go past it all the time. The Black Cube in Santa Ana. It's a
in Santa Ana, in Manhattan. Mazi Ifan in Nacho. Mind what you type here, I will block you. Santa Ana, Manhattan, Australia, and where is this? Denmark. In those cities, go check the J Gang and what they are doing there. Manhattan, the head, when you talk about banking, watch it here. Watch it here. Watch it here.
It's a children's museum. Manhattan, Australia, Denmark. I think there's one in Chicago too, isn't there? The tweets came 2 days after Ice Cube tweeted an image of a mural that critics have called anti-Semitic. The mural, which was removed from a London wall in 2012 over complaints of anti-Semitism, depicts men with prominent noses sitting around a Monopoly board resting on the backs of black people. The tweets provoked a strong backlash.
Are you seeing a tweet showing Jews playing a Monopoly board game on the backs of black people? Guess what? When slavery was, the Jews of Spain and Portugal who were expelled, where did they go to? The Netherlands. What company did they start in the Netherlands? The Dutch East Indian Company and the Dutch West Indian Company. Those are the people that ran the transatlantic slave trade. Do your own research. Before they had British East Indian Company and British West Indian Company, you've had Dutch West Indian Company and Dutch East Indian Company. Then they later merged together. That's why Shell is Royal Dutch Shell. Royal Dutch Shell. Dutch, the ruling family of the Netherlands, the people you call the Dutch, and the ruling family of Britain, they are brothers and sisters, cousins, related by blood, each and every one of them, including the ones in Spain, Italy, the Habsburg in the old Austro-Hungarian Empire, with the German Empire, before even the Weimar Republic was formed. Then the ones in Belgium, the ones in France, the Bourbons, and the Normans, all related by marriage by blood. Now they removed the painting from London Museum in 2012 because it's anti-Semitic. It had been there for years. Now, as soon as they stopped teaching their people their history, they started removing all these things. The same way they are knocking down Columbus. How can you knock down Columbus' status? Meanwhile, the children of the people that sent him to the Americas are still ruling Mexico, Colombia, Argentina, Chile, Bolivia. All of them, the only one remaining is Venezuela. Huh? How about a native Mexican rule Mexico? How about a native Argentine rule Argentina? How about a native Chilean rule Chile? Why did they kill Allende? Huh? Guatemala, Honduras. My guys, let us stop kidding ourselves. Let us stop kidding ourselves. You can't hide it forever. You can fool some of the people some of the time. You can't fool all the people all the time. The prophet said it. Guys, it's happening. Watch it.
With some commenting that Ice Cube was jeopardizing his role as a voice of protest against systemic racism by posting the memes. So it's all good. It's all good to start tweeting about like how much you hate white people. It's all good to say that the Dodgers are losing because they need more black people. That's all acceptable in today's society. But you talk about that, you share these things, these memes, and you start going after Jewish people in this country. That's when the entire media jumps on you. And even Ben Shapiro didn't come out and try to
there was an IPOB guy who was telling me he think he know this. Ask Ben Shapiro. Listen to your Ben Shapiro. What did I tell you, Ben Shapiro and Trump? Go check what Ben Shapiro was saying even on the election night. The days leading to the election. He's a Bush guy. The establishment of the Republican Party and the establishment of Democratic Party hates Trump with passion. He is not a part of them. He is not a member of the inner cycle. He's a company man, semi-company man anyway. Do you know that Donald Trump actually wanted a black man to lead the Federal Reserve Bank, to be the chairman of Federal Reserve Bank? The people in charge of the US dollars, again, the US government is not in charge of the US dollars. What did I say? The US government, US Congress, who should be issuing the US currency, is not in charge of the US currency, is the Federal Reserve. Go and read Creature from Jekyll Island. Read that book. Then you see how they pulled the last coup in 1913. That was why they killed JFK. He wanted to introduce a silverback currency. That was why they tried to kill Andrew Jackson. Now they want to remove Andrew Jackson from $20 bill and put Harriet Tubman. You know why? When they remove Jackson and you want to say, why would you remove Jackson and put Harriet Tubman? They will tell you that you are a racist. You don't want a black woman to be on dollar. You know why they want to remove him? Go to his burial site, his tombstone reads, I killed the bank. That is most, the bank, what bank is he talking about? The Federal Reserve System. Yes. But some people will tell you, have you lived in America? I've lived in America for 30 years. I've lived in America. Shut up. Sit down and learn from your fathers. Ben Shapiro jumped into. Let us go back. You hear? Let me rewind. In the Ben Shapiro.
That you share these things, these memes, and you start going after Jewish people in this country. That's when the entire media jumps on you. And even Ben Shapiro didn't come out and try to debunk the narrative of Black Lives Matter by giving us true statistics, at least from what I've seen. He didn't do it. Even Charlie Kirk did, which is really crazy, by the way. It only took us 2 months to do that to Charlie Kirk. He didn't come out and give a video on the true statistics of criminality in certain demographics in our country.
Yes, blacks.
And why, when you compare that to police shootings, the disparity completely disappears. He didn't come out hard against that particular narrative where it was being shared by the mainstream media completely unchecked. He came out and made a video slamming Ice Cube for sharing these particular memes. Roxanne Gay, is it possible to take you seriously with regards to social justice or anything when you post anti-Semitic imagery? What the F are you doing? Sorry, Ice Cube, lost all respect for you now. Was willing to give you the benefit of the doubt, but no more. You cannot claim to fight racism by employing anti-Semitism. It also only demeans the memory of George Floyd. Shame on you. You know what's funny about this all is that when we look at the L'Oreal UK that rehired that person and what she said that white people are the most violent people on earth and that all white people are. That's what she said. She was rehired by L'Oreal. Did anyone come out to her and slam her for her racism against white people? Oh, no, you didn't. Nope, because you can't be racist against white people, right? Mark Cuban is complaining about this as well. I don't know if he's complaining about Ice Cube, but he said that all white people need to change. And he said, quote, I had so many of you, if you read my mentions, it was crazy. I had so many people saying, you're not white, you're Jewish, Cuban said. And in this article, I think it was by The Forward, he says, quote, being Jewish allowed me to be more empathetic. And I think the reason why a lot of people were tweeting that as mentions is because there was a Washington Post article that came out not too long ago. I don't know if you saw this or not. But yeah, so he was seething over this. I don't know if you saw this or not, but there was a Washington Post article that said that Jewish people need to stop pretending to be white to fight racism.
See the thing here, please. Look at these things. The bankers, watch the map, what they are doing, how they are sharing Africa. Look at under here. They removed this from a museum, saying that it is anti-Semitic for telling the truth on the backs of black and white people. What makes this racist? Is this true or false? Guys, check old Nigerian currencies, please. I'm coming. Old Nigerian coins. Hold on, guys. I want to show you something. They go hear them. Wait, let me show you my DP on WhatsApp. All these coins are old Nigerian coins. What do you see there? Is it not your Star of David on old Nigerian coins? These are the coins they've been using in Nigeria from the moment they introduced coinage to you people. All of them bears this mark. In the front, you see the Windsors, the fake Windsors. Saxo Gotburg, that's their name because they are from Germany. The Queen of England, yes, the family. Watch. Are you going to tell me that this is a lie too? If we shut up, believe me, 10 years from today, when you post that coin, they will call you anti-Semitic. But it's true. On the backs of slaves, yes, evidence is everywhere, even in Nigeria. Those of you, when I told you that your so-called kings are all bought and paid for by these people, they are all owned. You tell me, in the kingdom, we saw the Star of David in the kingdom. The king of Uri was a slave trader, don't you know? Uri kingdom traded in slaves. Just like in northern Nigeria, they are supposed to be Muslims, right? Guess what? They were using that so-called Star of David to sign their receipt, their slave receipt. Is there still in their homes? They've hidden them. They've hidden them. We are not allowed to talk about. No, don't talk. There are slavery. Ask people, please. Those of you in Brazil, ask historians. I don't mean the left-wing historians. Ask them during slavery, those days in Brazil, when there is a Jewish holiday, the slave markets are all closed. No buyer. They are the only buyers. They own the ships. Rhode Island, those of you in the USA, Rhode Island is a big slave market. Slavery built it. During whenever there is a Jewish holiday, in Christmas they are trading. The Christians, in order to raise more money, they will sell the slaves at cut down price. Your Black Fridays, holiday seasons, and the rest of them, they sell it at a very cheap rate, so they raise money and do their celebration. But during Jewish holidays, every slave market is closed. Why? The buyers are not around. Now you know why the people they gave Israel through the Balfour Declaration. That's the document that established Israel as a country. For those of you who don't know it yet, I will keep on hammering on it. The people who own Israel, now you know why they are interested in everywhere in America, in Latin America, in Central America, South Central and North America. They control the whole thing. Then they co-own it with the people they ran the slavery with, which is the European monarchs. That is the power we are talking about. That is the power of the elite we are talking about. Guys, let's continue.
Or something. I think that's what the Washington Post article said. So Ben Shapiro, here's what he says. Here.
Because if you're Ice Cube and you put out Black Hebrew Israelite propaganda on your Twitter feed, and if you put out like actual QAnon anti-Semitism,
how is it a Black Israelite propaganda? It's in Egypt. It's still there. The currents, check the coins Nigerians were being forced to use by the slave masters. Check. That is why they not control the banking. The Rothschilds own more real estate in Nigeria than the Queen of England. Okay? How is it a propaganda? This is truth. This is reality. You Ben Shapiro fans, are you seeing your hero? Are you seeing the person I'm supposed to listen to? Dummies. Who are the people sponsored? Go and check the people giving money to Daily Wire. Go check it out. Go check it out. Go look it up. All the mega Jews. How many times have you seen Media Matters and Right Wing Watch? Why don't Right Wing watch Ben Shapiro? Huh? Mediaites, Politico, all these people, Vox, Young Talks. Guys, go sit down. Those of you who think that I should be listening to this dummy, because they are propping him or propping his account. Put me on a stage with this guy, he will disappear from social media. Put me on a stage. You think he's smart? Put me on a stage with him. I will beat the shit out of him. He will disappear. He won't even see any legs to stand on. If you think I'm joking, go take everything I'm saying there, tweet it under his tweet. Go under any of his tweets, reply it. Your account will go. I dare you. I dare you. If you think it's a joke, contact me after the program. I will tell you what to write. Make sure you have up to 3,000 followers on Twitter. I will give it to you. You send it to him. He will either mute you or send your Twitter handle to somebody in Silicon Valley. They will take your account immediately. Immediately.
You're totally fine. So Ice Cube, who has 5.3 million Twitter followers, put out an openly anti-Semitic picture yesterday. It's a picture of a bunch of old Jewish men sitting over a Monopoly board that is built on the back of brown people. And he says, F the new normal until they fix the old normal. Has Ice Cube faced any blowback? Is he going to lose any jobs over this?
Yeah.
Of course not. He's a hero of the Republic, Ice Cube.
I don't know if that's like an anti-Semitic meme. I mean, it doesn't look like they're Jew. I mean, it doesn't look like overtly Jewish to me.
You say it doesn't look like overtly Jewish to me, but they are bankers. Why is any criticism of the bank cartel considered anti-Semitic? Oh, does it mean that the Jews control the banks actually? If criticizing the bankers means criticizing Jews, oh, which one is it? Choose one. Are the Jews controlling the banks? Yes or no? Okay, no. Okay, let us criticize the bankers. Can we criticize the bankers? No. Why? It's anti-Semitic. Please choose one. Which one is it? Pick one already. My fellow black man has called me anti-Semitic. All these Jewish Israelites, all these ones. My fellow black man.
Very different people, very different faces. I mean, there are some big noses, but sort of like a caricature. This is from Anonymous. But let's see, what did he say?
Because if you're Ice Cube and you put out Black Hebrew Israelite propaganda on your Twitter feed, and if you put out like actual QAnon anti-Semitism, you're totally fine. So Ice...
No, you're not totally fine. The whole entire media is coming out against him right now. So he says, Mark Lamont Hill, sadly, no, this is his second anti-Semitic post in a week. Conspiracy theories of Jewish global domination are textbook anti-Semitism. He says, quote, what if I was just pro-black? This is the truth, brother. I don't lie to anyone. I didn't say I was anti-anybody. Don't believe the hype. I've been telling my truth.
Marcus Hosea Gavi. Please ask me what Obama did in memory of this guy. Nothing, because he is a company man. Obama's family from his mother's side owned slaves. Yes, they were slave owners. They owned plantations. Obama is related to at least 42 previous US presidents. That is why you don't see him take this name in his mouth. Marcus Garvey. Bob Marley. You saw, okay, this is Ali.
So people have been like red.
You know that this is actually where they shot this guy, right?
Killing him in his...
Now he's now writing about, tweeting about Malcolm X. Please, let me try and get it.
So people have been like red.
As Malcolm X was trying to turn the corner and work with other people, and I'm coming here.
Killing him in his...
And work with other people and black organizations. Your snake in the grass, FBI agents murdered the brother because he stood up to you like a real man. True or false? The moment they killed, the same time they killed Malcolm X in the USA, they killed his teacher, his mentor in Kenya. The same day, the same moment. Coordinated attack. Coordinated attacks. You cannot objectively argue against any of the things he's tweeting there so far. Okay? Look at the message there. Is it true or false? Nipsey Hussle, the same thing. Now, Nick Cannon said he will continue the thing. 1 month, less than 1 month later, he came out and abandoned the whole project. No, they've shown him what took him to Hollywood. Because I'm happy, my dear, any music they want to sell, we sell. Do you know Aaron Lewis? Aaron Lewis, a white singer. Maybe we will end it. I wonder, I will post the lyrics to his songs. It's been 12 years since I sold myself to the devil in LA. Who are the devils he sold his soul to? The J gang that control the music industry, the movie. And when you get these things, you control culture. Yes. Yes. Argue against the facts. Let me see you successfully argue against the facts.
replies, I guess, because this was just like
This is Louis Farrakhan. Wait.
This replies, I guess, because this.
He's retweeting Louis Farrakhan, so he is supposed. This guy, Louis Farrakhan, is banned in the UK. Do you know that? For over 30 years now. Who banned him in the UK? Who are the people that? Imagine, the UK is a free society, really? You think? You think? They are still locked down, no? Even while they are protesting. And if you live in the UK for 10 years, believe me, you will become a sheep like the rest of them. You have to show me you have accent. See, moose. The UK is destroying Lagos, believe me. All these gay nonsense rubbish. The people bringing it back to Nigeria, those people that were trained in the UK. I schooled in the UK. I'm a professor of what? Humanities, gender studies. Hey, my people. Hey, Louis Farrakhan, when you start retweeting these men, you get in trouble. Anti-Semitic for doing what? For saying the truth? If he was lying, don't you think they would have brought a libel suit against him? They have all the lawyers. They control the district attorneys, the prosecutors. If he was telling lies against them, they will sue him for libel and take everything he owns.
This was just like
Now, this is Elijah Muhammad. They set up the Nation of Islam to create a fifth column that they will always trigger. They use them to cause riots every here and there. Check the person that founded the Fruit of Islam before it became the Nation of Islam. Farad Mohammed. Who is Farad Mohammed? Have you seen any member of his family? And a government troll sent in this Islam nonsense, this thing they're using Muslims to do in America. They wanted to use black Muslims and do it. Guess what? Elijah Muhammad, they told you that Farad Mohammed disappeared. The Lord took him. The messenger is coming back. He's not coming back anywhere. That face you're seeing may not even be his face. Or maybe he has done a plastic surgery. A cosmic surgery. He has done a plastic surgery to where he may be watching Louis Farrakhan now if he's still alive, because he's supposed to be very old now. Then he just disappeared. Elijah Muhammad later found out what they wanted to use him for. He said no. He turned the whole thing and started using it to build the black community. These are the people that protected Muhammad Ali. All these boxing teams you are seeing, they wanted him to throw a fight. He refused. The Italian mafia, the Jewish mafia, the rest of them. They threatened him. These people gave him protection, told him they can't do jack. Had Tupac ran to these people, nothing would have happened to him. Had Nipsey Hussle told Louis Farrakhan what he was going to do, nothing will happen to him. They protected Ali till death. I know why all of it. Do you know how Ali caught that illness? They told you it's because of boxing. Is he the only boxer? Was he hit harder than all the rest of them that are healthy? Have you seen George Foreman? How many times was Ali knocked out? How many times was Foreman knocked out? My dear, I don't even need to do any research on these things. This is reality. You either know it or you don't. Stop existing in make-believe. Watch.
A very sharp turn of events. He also tweeted something about the Honorable Louis Farrakhan continues to warn America this very second that he's labeled one of your evil names and you turn your ears off. Why is this truth so offensive that you can't stand to hear it?
Yes.
Wow, this is crazy. This is absolutely insane. Just sort of just watching. I've been watching him on Twitter. I guess I should probably follow him on Twitter now just because this is funny. So what you should do is you should just go barrage him in his replies with all sorts of videos and documentaries and memes and
Go to that Ice Cube. Please, guys, if you are not following Ice Cube, go follow Ice Cube now. You will see white people will start giving him the information he doesn't have. A German will bring the history of the two wars, place it on his table. Tell you to go read and do your own research. Hear from both sides, guys. Forget this fake revolution they are carrying out. Black people, black power. So ashamed to see some of my friends doing this. So ashamed.
and names of books. I don't know. I guess he's like becoming a part of like the Black Hebrew Israel.
You see these ones? Please don't argue with them. Stop arguing. You see this black Israelite, Hebrew Israelites run from these people. But when it comes to the history of these Khazarian Jews, they have it. They have the. That's why the white Jews cannot debate them. They have the history. Just that they are still brainwashed with religion. Yes, please go follow them to get history. Before you follow them, please just know you should be strong. You should be grounded in history first. That way you will know how to separate facts from fiction. Okay? These are the ones that are telling you Jesus is black, Moses was black, this and that was black. Guys, never happened. Not a real story. It's a lie. Let's go.
Israelite movement. This is so funny. It's hilarious. It's hilarious, and we should make it even more hilarious by just loading up his replies on Twitter. Cry out to the Lord, all the earth. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before him, singing for joy. Know that he, the Lord, is God. He made us. We belong to him. We are his people, the sheep of his flock. Go within his gates, giving thanks. Enter his courts with songs of praise. Give thanks to him and bless his name. Indeed, how good is the Lord, eternal, his merciful love. He is faithful from age to age.
Guys, that's him. You know why they hate him? Now you know why they hate Christians. These real Christians that are telling the truth. They are being censored in the USA and Europe, but they are allowed to blossom in Africa. You know why? What the black church is teaching is different from what the white church is teaching, and what the black church is teaching is what the ruling class wants. Okay? Okay, my people. Should we analyze another video? I have another video I want to analyze. Are you tired? If you're tired, let's end it and start tomorrow. If not, let us do that one. It will take another 30 minutes or more. Should we continue? Guys, tell me. Tell me, should we continue? Should we continue? I have one more to play. But the video is already at 1 minute and 22 seconds. An hour and 22 minutes. Should we continue? Let me know. And guys, don't forget to like and follow the page. If you are joining us for the first time, I want to welcome you in a special way. And go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Guys, what do you want? Should we continue? Let me know. Okay, we'll continue. Don't worry. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. We'll continue. Okay. We die here. Yes. Okay. No problem, guys. We'll continue. Let me do another one. We'll segue to another thing. Yes, we'll continue. Let me show you another video. The people you are not allowed to criticize. We are going to. I'm coming. Let me get the video, guys. One more. Don't worry, guys. We will equip ourselves with knowledge of these people. That way they won't do shit. Okay? We will expose the BS. Let me share the screen, guys. Let me share the screen. This fake revolution, I told you, they've see Black Lives Matter. When you go to the same guy, the Red Elephant, he owns this thing. This is his main channel, I think. The Red Elephant, Vincent James. Go there, my people. See the picture they put on the Black Lives Matter website. Is this what a black man should look like? Is this what an average black woman should look like? Look at these people. Look at this one. Is this a black man? Is this the image you should be showing to your black boys? This is Black Lives Matter website. Those of you that are still not understanding the trick, they are using that Trojan horse to play on you. This is them. These are the people. See the black people they are showing you. See this black man. See his fingers. See this one, painted fingers. Are you seeing it? This one will be sleeping with this one. This one will be sleeping with this one. Are you seeing it? Not this and this, this and this. No, it is this and this and this. Then who needs abortion when you have when they finally succeeded in giving you this color as the black heroes? Huh? Are you seeing it, my people? Yes, Black Lives Matter. This is the poster on your Black Lives Matter website. And you think those ones in Lagos that are telling them to suspend your Facebook account? You think it started today? Yeah, I hear you. These are the people they use to infiltrate the atheist movement in Nigeria. Go and check. 90% of your atheists, they are openly promoting this nonsense. They think it means being woke. This is wokeness. This is what wokeness is. That's the difference between being woke and being awake. Consciousness is different from wokeness. I've been telling you people for years. 3-4 years ago, I said, don't call me woke. You don't get it. See the image they are showing you people. Please, guys, let me go to the main video I want to talk about here. See it, yes. The Maoist agenda behind toppling historic statues. Felix Rest. Guys, go subscribe to this channel, please. Subscribe to this channel. Yes, they want the police defunded. Guys, let's play this one. 20 minutes. Hey, the analysis will take long. (1953). This is the coronation of the Queen of England, the ruler of England. The ruler of England. The person above the British Supreme Court, the UK court. You cannot try her in the UK because she owns the court. Yes.
In 1953, sheikhs from Qatar attended the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II and included slaves in their retinues. And
they included what? Slaves. People from Qatar. They included slaves when they came to visit this one. These are the real slave traders. Who is this? One of them, between both of them, one is the Archbishop of Canterbury. The Anglican Church is one of the biggest institutions that run slavery. In case you don't know, if your mother is still in the Anglican, we're tying her Mary Sumner. That chain on Mary Sumner, where we tell you is a slave chain, it seems as if we are fighting with you because of your religion. Please get out of the way. Let us do this thing with these white people that gave you this rubbish. That chain is in Christ Church today in Onitsha. Do you know the ship it's anchored? The name is Dayspring. I don't know the name. One of our sisters here told me the name. Then go and check the slave ships. Dayspring was wrecked off the Atlantic coast. That is the same ship. And I was telling that sister, don't you know? She told me, no, it's a missionary ship. I'm like, wait. You think the missionaries and the slave masters came in different ships? They came together in the same ship. They spring chain. So you are wearing the chain of a slave ship. The chain is still there in Christchurch. They spring. That's the name of the ship. It could have been Jesus of Lubeck, a slave ship. Go to Ghana. Go to Ghana. The slave castle in Ghana. In the dungeon is where they used to pack the slaves like sardines. Then on top of it is a church. Yes. Yes.
They did so again on another visit 5 years later. While many might find this shocking that a century after the American Civil War and 150 years after the Slave Trade Act of 1807, that open slavery still existed within the lifetime of the reigning monarch of the United Kingdom, well, the real truth is that open slavery has been a very hard thing to stamp out, and illicit slavery may never be. Human slavery has existed since before the beginning of recorded history in almost all societies.
Yes.
Strangely, however, it is Western civilization and Western civilization only that is now singularly being blamed for a practice it did not create, but at the same time is given no credit whatsoever for being the singular civilization, and I will say that again, being the singular civilization that brought open slavery to an end.
Yes. Yes. The West is the singular civilization that brought open slavery to an end. Argue with fact. That's why I keep telling my people, do you want Africa to be free? March in the streets of Europe. Tell their people the truth exactly of what's happening in Africa. Tell them why Africa is poor. Tell them that the same people who ran slavery are now controlling the resources of Africa with their World Bank, International Monetary Fund, and the what's the name of the Bank of International Settlement. That is if they don't call you an anti-Semite. Even though you have whites and Jews there. With the house Negroes. Your presidents, your prime ministers, all of, please, the white people did not start slavery, they ended it. Say the truth. I will tell you the truth about slavery. I will tell you the truth about the wars, about what's happening. Guess what? I am not going to tell you the whole white people. No, they too were slaves also. The moment they started understanding the games, they started fighting to end it. Now you need to go tell them exactly what's happening. Now, most of them don't know. A lot of them still think that Africa is one country. Yes. Stop pinning it on them, please.
Not only in its own territory, but also globally. Just a quick note that I have several new designs and t-shirts ready for sale. Link is in the description. Like this one here, Memento Mori, Latin for Always Remember Death, along with coronavirus and 2020 emblazoned on the shirt. There's also other designs, many new designs, and you can find them by following the link in the description. It's very much appreciated for your support. Let's get started.
Unlike most African Americans who were freed.
Watch. After Don Cheadle learns that Indians owned his slave ancestors. Okay? Even your native Indians you are talking about, your black people that went there for a long time from West Africa. What happened to them? The Indian tribes killed them. Do you know that these people you call native Indians, they have Asiatic blood? Do you know that? Do you know that they have Asiatic blood? Remember, before the Great Deluge, wait, do you think the border between America and Russia through Alaska, you think it started existing 200, 300 years ago? All these people in cognitive Indians, they have Asiatic blood. Go do the history. Do the history, they have Asiatic blood. That's why you see people in these islands around Asia looking like them. Yes, they have Asiatic blood. What happened to your black ancestors who used to live in those lands before? Okay, your history class didn't teach you that one. Your professors. Guys, don't worry, it will expose everyone. Let's go.
By the end of the Civil War, your ancestors weren't.
They couldn't get it right.
Well,
They just stuck to it.
well, somebody didn't get it right, but it wasn't your ancestors. It was people who own them. Take a look at this.
Chickasaw Nation Freedmen Roll.
This document is an official enrollment card for the Chickasaw freedmen, the former slaves owned by the Chickasaw Nation.
Owned by the Chickasaw Nation.
Owned by the Chickasaw Nation. Your ancestors were enslaved by Native Americans. Here's your great-great-grandmother, Mary Kemp, her 11 children, including Bill Cheadle, your great-grandfather, William. And you can see William's father, Henderson, or Hance Cheadle. You are one of the few African Americans who was not enslaved by white people, enslaved by Native Americans.
I don't know how I feel about that. It's crazy because really you feel like, oh, the two biggest blights on the way this country started, it's slavery and the genocide of the Native Americans and the Trail of Tears and all of those horrible stories of what's happened to the Native people here. And then our family was owned by people who had suffered. It's just, that's mind-blowing.
In the New World, slavery was practiced by hunter-gatherer tribes and semi-nomadic clans in North America between their own groups long before 1492. In what is today Latin America, slaves were sacrificed en masse in a bid to appease local deities. In East and Southeast Asia, as well as the subcontinent, slaves were used like they were and are everywhere for millennia as labor and always sexually. Black slaves that were brought to North and South America were first enslaved by fellow blacks before being sold onward. When free blacks were...
Let me tell you, slavery, the first people they took there, their servitude wasn't permanent. You work for certain years, you get your freedom. The first person that made slavery permanent, and even your children, your unborn children, became slaves before they were born. The name is Anthony Johnson, a black man. A black man made slavery permanent, even generational. Anthony Johnson, go check it, go look it up. He won against the white man that took him to court for employing his former slave who is paying. Go and check the case between Anthony Johnson. I remember the name of that white man. We want to tell the truth. Let us tell the whole truth. Go, if you don't know who Anthony Johnson is, go and do your own research on that one. Okay? Stop running away from these people. They are telling you they are white nationalists, they are fascists, they are this, they are anti-Semitic. No, they are the ones telling you the truth.
Repatriated to Africa from the United States, well, they immediately went about setting up a slave society in what is today Liberia.
Yes, Liberia, the black people that were sent back to Africa to go develop the place, they told you it was to go develop the place. It's a lie. It's to give America a foothold in Africa. Now, those people became who? The people that what do you call them? The free. What's the name of the first guy? I know it's not Monroe. It's not Monroe, the one they named Monrovia after. But the black people they sent there, do you know what they started doing there? Slavery. They didn't send slaves back. No, they sent black slave owners back to Liberia. That's why everywhere is a shithole. Look at George Weah. George Weah has been turned, though. No, he has been turned a long time ago. That was why they made him president now. You see him with his Freemason regalia, idiot. You are nobody. They just gave you a regalia. You are not even a master servant. Dummies.
Slavery has a long and particularly diabolical history in the Islamic world. The largest in scale and horrific in application is all but forgotten by the throngs of the hashtag resistance demanding the tearing down of statues throughout the Western world currently. The reason for slavery being so intertwined in the Islamic world is that slavery, as well as sexual slavery, is not only condoned by the deity Allah in the Quran, but
this is the Islamic part they are not talking about. You Nigerian Muslims, congratulations. See Quran 33 verse 50, Quran 24 verse 32, Quran 8 verse 69, Quran 4 verse 24, Quran 23 5 to 6. It's in your Quran, it's in your Hadith. Guys, because the person that instituted Islam was a slave trader. First, he was the desert robber. Then Europeans got hold of him, gave him Khadija as his wife. Khadija was a Roman Catholic nun. This is how the Vatican created Islam. Quote me anywhere. Send me your imam. Send that to your imam and your sheikh to come and debate me here. Here. Tell your Islamic scholars to come and we debate them. Allah encouraged slavery just like the Bible God and the Torah God. Okay? This is the Muslim side. Don't start catching feelings now, please. Don't start catching feelings. Hold on. I didn't write the Quran. Oh, Oga, open your Quran now. Read these places. Read these places. When they tell you that religion is just for control. Boko Haram spreading Islam. Guess what? 3 states in Nigeria they attacked. They are all Muslim states. Sokoto, Borno State, and Katsina State. Those 3 states. If Boko Haram is spreading Islam, why are they killing Muslims? Huh? The mother. Let us continue.
but his apostle Muhammad, as he bought
Sahih Bukhari 34 verse 351. My guys, read your Quran. Open your Quran. Open your Quran.
bought, sold, traded, and gifted human beings. And in the Arab world to this day, the word for black people is abid or slave.
The word for black people is abid. Guys, I've told you why these Arabs have no respect for you. Most of them still have the receipts, the slave receipts. Their fathers, their grandfathers and great grandfathers used to purchase slaves, black people like you. The ones all the Amajiris in the north, you are seeing. Do you know how many Amajiri children that disappear every year? Forget about the ones they are coming to sell in Onitsha, in Ibadan. Hey, let me tell you how it works. It's from the north to Ibadan, from Ibadan to the east. Then it's usually Onitsha and Aba. All the children that are disappearing in Onitsha, they is traded by barter. Your so-called motherless babies' homes, including the ones run by the churches. I am telling you, they are still selling babies and selling children. Hey, we know some of our neighbors in Onitsha that gave birth to children. We know the fake pregnancies. How do you know how easy it is to adopt a baby in the East? Now, over is Wazo. Selling of babies, as policemen, let them tell you. These fake orphanages. What they are doing with the orphanages is the same thing they are doing with their marriages. Some people are all these gays you are seeing. Some of them got these children they are molesting from these places, these homes. The same way they are doing their marriages. Your imams are raping the boys. The top alhajis are taking the small girls as wives, 12 years, 10 years, 8 years. Pedophiles. If you talk too much, they sell you to the people. They will cross the border by Niger, Agadez, and the rest and sell you there straight. Okay? Why Arabs don't respect black people of even 20 years ago? Forget the ones that are selling in Libya. It didn't stop. The only person that stopped it in Libya was Muammar Gaddafi. Now you know why Saudi Arabia hated him. You know why Qatar hated him. You know why United Arab Emirates hated him. You know why Kuwait hated him. You know why Oman hated him. Don't worry. Let the light bulbs keep coming on. We'll continue.
Slave.
Let me rewind it a bit more.
But his apostle Muhammad, as he bought, sold, traded, and gifted human beings. And in the Arab world to this day, the word for black people is abid, or slave. And given the frenzy on both sides of the Atlantic to tear down historical monuments as well as change place names in the midst of social unrest, well, this further addition to the divisions that are being stoked currently looks more in line.
You will say something about Christianity, Judaism, and these are just formats for control. They are all the same. They are all the same. Even your traditional, this one you call, there is nothing like a traditional religion, let me tell you. Most of all those things are just concocted bullshit. When you are talking about African spirituality, man, the people who understand it are just only a few people. We will expose even the so-called native doctors and all these ones selling you spiritual materials. They are liars. How much do you buy your essential oil? Do you know how much they are selling it here? The real ones, $20. How much are they selling them to you in Nigeria? Wait, I'm coming. And this, the spiritual materials, the spiritual soap they are selling you, rose. This one is rice. This one is sulfur. Okay. See your essential oil. This is lavender. This is jojoba. This is rosemary. How much are they selling them to you? Wash. See, the lavender will make you do this. You will do that. If you put a fuel, no matter the amount of fuel you pour in a wooden car, because in a toy car, my dear, it will never move. Okay? You have to get to a certain degree to know what this means and know how to use it. All these things, how much do they sell here? But they will tell you for 50,000. Your blue eyes, my people, this is how much they sell them. This is just for fashion. Fashion. Which color do you want? Tell me the type you want. Sure. Watch it. How much are they selling them to you? Check. Fake. All of them. Fake. Yeah, they're cover. I don't confused. You see all these ones that are calling themselves as a why? Don't worry, by next week, me and Donna, I will. You talk nonsense, I'll put your video here, expose you. You talk too much. You are in Nigeria, right? Let's go.
Fine with destroying the four olds. Old customs, old culture, old habits, and old ideas. And of course, the four olds was a term used during the Cultural Revolution by the Red Guards in the People's Republic of China in reference to pre-communist elements of Chinese culture they attempted to destroy. In the current year, the particular hysteria around statues and their connection with slavery is clearly the desire to destroy old culture.
Yes.
Now, the other three olds are, of course, being attacked in various other ways. But when looking at old culture, I was prompted by the news from London's Mayor Sadiq Khan, London's Labour Mayor Sadiq Khan, when he announced a commission to review the historic statues, the historic plaques, and historic street names of London to ensure that landmarks in the capital, quote, suitably reflect London's achievements and diversity, closed quote. And this is not the achievements historically, mind you, but those in the current year. And thus the calls for not only the removal of Confederate monuments, but now the memorials to Washington and Jefferson in the United States, I thought it might be a good idea to put much of this into perspective. Now, first, what we're going to do is look at the United Kingdom, but before we do, it's important to understand that it goes without saying that the enslavement of any people at any time for any reason at all is a crime not only against the enslaved, but against humanity itself. Also, that the British Empire of the 18th and early 19th century did profit from the practice.
Yes.
None of this is in dispute, and none of this...
Yes, the British monarchy, they ran slavery. That's why they still control the mineral resources of the places they ran slavery in. What do you think the Chatham House is doing? Why are they the ones writing the foreign policy of the British government? When they talk about Commonwealth, whose Commonwealth? Are you allowed to even pull out of this Commonwealth? Are you? Can your president actually do that? Huh? Then their cousins in the USA through the Council on Foreign Relations. The same people, my dear. Mungo Park discovered River Niger. Who brought Mungo Park to River Niger? Then some pirates caught Mungo Park, seized him. They didn't kill him. Now they had to bail him. Who paid for his release? How many white people were killed? Why was this one so special? Do you know how much the British monarchy paid? Why did they pay such a thing? They mapped your territories, and go and check all these maps you are seeing. You see all these ancient maps, even those ones they sell at $1,500. When you get the real map, it will not cost you anything less than $10,000. Just copy it. Then you will come to Nigeria. Like let's use Igbo land for instance. You will start seeing exactly the things they've been mining. That's how do you label a map, not Gambia, not Gambra. What do you call it? Gold Coast. No. They will label gold there. There they will label limestone. They will coal. They will label it with resources. That is why when you will know that the entire Africa is littered with natural resources. Try West Africa, Central Africa, East Africa, Southern Africa. Rich. Don't worry, my people. Is the great unraveling. It is going to happen. See them. You are marching. Keep on marching.
This is arguable. The problem that we're having is trying to overlay 21st century Western values on a world that is now centuries gone. Moreover, and it's important, that it was somehow the unique responsibility of Western people and no other culture or people on earth, that Western people living centuries ago should somehow understand and upheld the values of the 21st century. And for not doing so, they and no other slave-owning society is uniquely and singularly guilty of the crime of slavery.
Not the Arabs, not the Jews, not the Chinese, not the Native Americans. Whatsoever you can accuse the Europeans of. Objectively, you can easily accuse others of doing worse, even worse. Let me tell you, I'm not absorbing anyone of blame. But if we want to blame, let us blame everyone involved. Stop singling out white people. White people did you nothing. It's the white elite, it's the Jewish elite, it's the Arab elite. Yes, class. They still got Saudi Arabia. Wait now, the economic this thing is biting them. If they don't change, Saudi Arabia will cease to exist in the next 10 years. I'm telling you. You see this Mohammed bin Salman? Okay, we are watching. Let's continue.
Unironically, and without much surprise, however, this is the unique burden the hashtag resistance has placed on Western people. And you know what? There might even be a name for it if these people actually grasped what they are insinuating and just how it shows the glaring bigotry of lower expectations that can be found in the hashtag resistance. The fact that the United Kingdom profited on the slave trade is today morally reprehensible.
Watch these things. The time of the pharaohs, my dear, they'll be running slaves too. These are Egyptians. Now look at the slaves. Look at the noses. Look at their lips. Black people. The pharaohs did not run the golden age of Africa. Rather, they put a stop to it. The pharaohs owned slaves. Look at this thing. These are the things your judges wear in the court now. The pharaohs introduced all these things. When they said that Africa invented all those things, yes, including slavery, including religion. The pharaohs started religion. Okay? Watch it. Some of you, hey, these lawyers, they are wearing colonial headgears. Oh, where did your colonial masters get it from? The same Africa. Oh, it's back to the root. Oh, guy, you don't see the 419. You don't see the 419. See the lips. Look at the lips. I'm coming, guys. I'm coming. Hold on. I want you to see the thick lips of the slaves. Can you see them? Men and women. Watch the noses, watch the thick lips. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it? Everyone is fucking everyone. Okay? Let us go. I'm coming, guys. Kai. History. Okay.
But it's not at all anomalous historically, and as outlined at the beginning of this presentation, slavery has existed before recorded history in every human society. What is anomalous about the British is their ending slavery. First on
the British that ended slavery were the British population. The British population, even at the time they said they ended it there, guess what? Their rulers, the aristocrats, the monarch, the king then was still trading in slaves, but they were going to the Caribbean, all these places, every other place, even invading Hong Kong, trying to sell them opium. Eh? Invaded China and took Hong Kong. If you haven't watched that video, please go and watch that video. We've done it. I think last week. We did it last week.
From their home islands, then throughout their empire, and then finally, with the use of the Royal Navy, shutting down the Atlantic slave trade altogether. In 1102, the Council of Westminster, held in London, issued a decree. Let no one hereafter presume to engage in that nefarious trade in which hitherto in England men were usually sold like brute animals.
Let no one hereafter presume to engage in that nefarious trade in which hitherto in England men were usually sold like brute animals. And now let me tell you why they agreed to end that slavery. It's because of the industrial age. They started building machines. Now they know that what 10 slaves can do, one machine, what 10 slaves can do in 1 week, a machine can do it in 1 day. Now, what do they need to power those machines is found in Africa. So why would you take slaves? That was when they sent their governor generals, their missionaries, to go there and recreate your society. Then they started arming, they've already started arming the kings, the rulers over you. Nwa DC, all of them. Now you collect taxes from your people, you divide it, the king takes half with his Nzenozo people, his chiefs, the small emirs, Sarikin this, Sarikin that, Sarikin Roa, Sarikin Father, all those things. The Obas and the Siges, all of them. Why they are taking your resources, those things they need to power those factories, your oil, your red oil, your palm oil. Yes. Then when they started using, that time they were using coal. All the coals mined in Enugu, please show me where they use those coal, the coal they mined in Enugu to build anything in your country. Show me, where did they take those coal to? Is there? The coal plants you are seeing, what's the quantity of coal in Newcastle? And you think just the coal of Newcastle built the United Kingdom, built London, Manchester, Liverpool? Huh? Really? Okay, don't worry.
Whatever the legislative force this decree had today is not certain. It was intended to abolish the trading of serfs in London, and this decree is often cited as the authority for the proposition that trading in slaves became illegal in England. But it was in 1215, with the signing of the Magna Carta, and in specific the Clause 30, commonly known as habeas corpus, that would form the basis of a law against slavery in English common law. Over time, the British viewed themselves above slavery, at least on their home islands, and through common law, it was established that any slave setting foot on the British Isles were by law and right free men, as, quote, England was too pure an air for slaves to breathe in.
Okay. But they stopped trading in slaves and bringing the resources. They were powering the machines that are doing the work, that were doing the works slaves used to do. Did it change? No. No. And they will get a tribe and use that tribe to control the rest. That's why I keep telling you, Hausa Fulani is not your problem in Nigeria. You are far, far better than Fulani people. You are far, far better than Hausa people. Poverty level there is 80%. Malnutrition level there in Zamfara, 40-something%. Meanwhile, they farm more than people from Imo State. What is it? What is the average in the Southeast? 5.6%. Is even less. Hunger is killing them in the north. In the Southeast, you are losing weight. Adashanka, I'm seeing you. You people are not doing keto. You do this to lose weight. The people that are ruling you, their children, their people are dying of hunger and starvation. They are not used to hunger. They can work for 2 days just eating any small thing they get. They are used to it. Look at how they look. You people that think you are worse than them, you are there. Your problem is overweight. Chomo Butaku, Adashanka, are you still ketoing? Hey, guys, let's forget these things, guys. Your problem is the British. It's outside of Nigeria.
Closed quote. In the colonies, however, slavery did continue, especially in the Caribbean. In 1719,
in the Caribbean, then, who are the people ruling over the Caribbean? The same British. So how did it end? Now, do you now see why white and black should come together? No, not by marriage. You will never pay me anything to marry a white woman. Not that I hate white people. No, I have white friends. I have white friends. Coming together means sharing ideas. Understand that you have a common enemy. That is how to topple the ruling class. They will topple their ruling class. That way they will order your own to leave. If not, you will burn them all. All the sultans, all the emirs, they will be burnt in their palaces. When the truth comes out, guys, don't worry. Do not let them use you against your fellow poor people. Okay? Please let me remove this thing. Guys, whenever I'm doing something, please remind me to remove the banner. So you can see the things I'm showing very well.
1993, Lieutenant Governor of Upper Canada, John Graves Simcoe, signed the Act Against Slavery, and it was passed by the local legislative assembly, and it was the first legislation to outlaw the slave trade in a part of the British Empire. 15 years later, the Royal Navy established the West Africa Squadron, or Preventative Squadron, at substantial expense. After Parliament passed the
West African Squadron to police to catch all these slave ships. Guess what? When it's time for all these ones that will take slaves to Jamaica, to Trinidad and Tobago, to all these people, all these Caribbean islands, those ships will disappear. So this is another false history. Those ships will disappear. Just like the United Nations forces always disappear in conflict zones. When they want to go and kill the people that don't want to bend. Then after the killing, they will come and start telling you, they did this, they whoa. It's a joke. Look at Syria. So Israeli planes will see Syrian targets and bomb them, but somehow they are not seeing this ISIS that is on their border. They are treating ISIS fighters in Israel, then send them back to go and fight in the battlefield in Syria. It is not a secret, guys. Benjamin Netanyahu visited ISIS fighters in Israeli hospitals. The pictures and videos are there. Joke.
The Slave Trade Act of 1807 that abolished the slave trade. The squadron's task was to suppress the Atlantic slave trade.
The type of cannons, although the smaller ones, these are the cannons they gave your kings, those people you called kings, your obas. Yes, they gave them these cannons too. To do what? To police you. Again, check all the old kings that were ruling 200 years ago, 300 years. You see how they are all heavy. Look at the giants. We've increased in size on average, every race, especially even black people. You see people like us. Yes, we came from descendants of warriors. Go and check. Ask, please. If you are from my place, you will not know very well because my incarnation line came from my maternal home. Oh, Lumbe, but go check us. This is us. This is how we are. Warriors, fighters. These are the people they will select to rule over you. Gave them guns, kings, and they started calling themselves traditional rulers. You are calling them traditional rulers all too. Royal fathers, really? You go, my people from Edo State. Hey, don't insult our Oba. This Oba is this. This Oba is that. Someone will say something against an Oba in Europe, then when you go back to Nigeria, they will humiliate you. They will embarrass you, make you walk naked in the streets, and people are applauding. Hey, come and insult our Oba again. Then you are complaining about the ruling class ruling over you. Shame on you. Shame is not whether this Oba is good, or is whether the Obaship is supposed to exist. Someone told me our kingdom has existed for 2056 years. Oh, for 2056 years. How about 3,000 years ago? Huh? You guys are there applauding tyrants without knowing it. You see the one they call the king of my village. I have no business with him. I don't know him. He didn't pay my school fees. I am not going to insult him. But any day I'm walking in my hometown and someone told me, hey, you are wearing Ishiagu, and it's on Pageroria. Kachineke kponya hokudade, monage jezie court. Monage ejezie, I fuzie na court, I covers you off ma, monye mere na igwe. I just call you off ma. I have no problem with anybody. No, I try am in a serious problem.
Trade by patrolling the coast of West Africa. And while it did suppress the slave trade, it was not entirely stopped. But between 1808 and 1860, the West Africa Squadron captured 1,600 slave ships and freed 150,000 Africans. In 1833, the Slave Abolition Act ended slavery throughout the empire with the exception of territories held by the East India Trading Company. And in the
East India Trading Company is no longer Dutch West Indian Company or British East Indian Company. Why? Because they've merged together. The Jews and the ruling class of the whites. East Indian Trading Company. West Indian Trading. Business.
same year, the British government used £20 million, 40% of its national budget, to buy freedom for all slaves in the empire and to compensate the slave owners for their losses. While obviously this is not an optimal solution, what would have been the alternative at the time? Keeping the slaves in bondage? In fact, the money that was used for the Slavery Abolition Act was so large that it wasn't paid off until 2015, which means that living British citizens, taxpayers living today, helped pay to end the slave trade.
Help pay to end the slave trade. Have you seen? The money, 40% of their GDP, they still paid it even up to 2015. Who were the people that received that money? David Cameron, the family owned slaves. They were still receiving that money. Guess what? The same people are the ones sending you to go and march against racism, march against white supremacy. Hey, go to the Buckingham Palace, then I will take you seriously. Okay? Go to the home of David Cameron, the former Labour leader, Tony Blair. All these people go to their homes. The Anglican Church, they were as even before 2015. Before, the Anglican Church is still receiving their money from taxpayers for releasing their slaves, in case you don't know. So who were the people, if the British population paid, who did they pay it to? Okay, now you know they are the same people that want you to remove the Columbus statue and all other statues. Why? They were the ones that sent those people, those thugs. The British Navy was started by pirates, criminals, naval robbers. That's what the Navy you are seeing. Hey, they own guns. You think that is for peace? Hey, yeah. How about we check the names of these people that received these payments? They bring them back. Then you find out that the banks will start closing. The people who own the Bank of England, the European Central Bank, Brexit. How far? Are your eyes opening now? Am I still a conspiracy theorist? Would you still call this one assumptions? These ones, are they still assumptions? Even up to 2015 now, go and check who and who have been receiving that money for over 100 years now. That is the moment the people start asking these questions, everything about racism, white supremacy will end immediately. They will end the conversation. They will end the conversation. Same people for 6,000 years now.
2 centuries ago. Now, again, while the recipients were the owners themselves and not the slaves, and this is a suboptimal solution that was 200 years ago, this exact same model has been used by NGOs that
buying freedoms, $100 each for Sudan slaves. Are you seeing it? In what year? Check it.
have been buying slaves their freedom by purchasing them from their masters in countries like the Sudan. Of course, slavery is an abominable practice, but it's one that could be found in every human society and culture for millennia. But
and done by the ruling class, is found in every culture and society, and is a business of the ruling class. They replace slaves with resources, natural resources. Yes, as we are talking now, ships are leaving Africa with, and planes are leaving Africa with diamonds, gold, and everything, not measured. No one is paid. Your president will get his, he will get his cabinet, he give to his cabinet members, to the ministers, then the massa will take his own and fly. The ones they will ship away, they will ship them. Now they are shipping them to China, not because it belongs to the Chinese government. No. Those Western corporations, they've moved their factories from Europe and America to China. That's why most of them are still living for China. And now the Chinese government now got a wind of the thing. They've started doing their own. Okay? Don't worry, guys.
Somehow, the one civilization that put an end to it, not only at home, but forced other nations and cultures around the globe to do the same, is now somehow singularly responsible to blame for it, beggars belief. It was the British in the 18th century, along with many other nations, including France and the United States.
And when you are talking about the British, it's the British population, not the ruling class, okay? Don't forget that.
That championed the new ideas of the universality of human rights, and it was Westerners that fought against the open enslavement of human beings throughout the world. In the United States, there was a civil war that ended the lives of 600,000 Americans to settle the question. And prior to this, in the late 18th century, the United States put an end to the Muslim pirates that had enslaved potentially millions of white people.
The barbaric slave trade, they enslaved even millions of white people too, and sold them. They sold them to their fellow whites. Okay? You dare not mention it. The Jews ran this one very well. The Rothschilds and the people they've been working for years. You hear about the Rothschilds, do you know that there are families you don't even hear of? Remember, the Rothschilds were bankers for some people, and some people brought them in. Okay? They know the people they dare not touch in Bavaria. Why do you think they didn't kill Hitler? Guys, cool down.
Europeans from Italy to the Netherlands, from Ireland and the southwest coast of Britain, as far away as Iceland for centuries, from their bases along the Barbary coast. In fact, in 1785, when Thomas Jefferson and John Adams went to London to negotiate with Tripoli's envoy, they asked him what right he had.
The Tripoli envoy. Tripoli. Now you know why they haven't forgiven Gaddafi for toppling the Libyan king. All these kings are connected, though. All these are Arabian kings. The people in Arabia and North Africa, all those kings, they are all related, just like the European monarchs. The ruling family of the Netherlands, Queen Beatrice and co, related to King Leopold II, who called the Berlin Conference, and he didn't call it in Belgium, it was in Germany. Why? The same people, the Habsburgs. Those of you in Hungary and Austria, please try visit a Habsburg palace. Help me make a video of all the palaces they own in Austria and Hungary. Please make the videos and send to me. I will post it here. Then I will analyze it and teach people about those palaces. Hey, the chateaus in France, castles, and the castles of Britain. Where did they get the wealth they used to build them? They told you gold from India. Do you know what they call India? You think India is this the India of today? Okay.
He had to take slaves in this way, slave raids. He replied that the right was, quote,
Watch. Right was founded on the laws of the prophet, that is Muhammad. Okay? That it was written in their Quran that all nations who should not have answered their authority were sinners. That it was their right and duty to make war upon them wherever they could be found, and to make slaves of all they could take as prisoners, and that every Muslim who should be slain in the battle was sure to go to paradise. Are you seeing it? There are people that are using to do these battles. When you die, you go to paradise. Meanwhile, some people are benefiting. Check what's happening in the Middle East. Who are the people benefiting? The Saudis. Who are the people dying? The poor Muslims. Okay? Does this sound the same or not? Because religion is a weapon of war. Stop catching feelings. Forget all this. When I called your Apostle Justin Sule boy, when I call him by his real name, now you know why I don't. He is no threat to me. He's an idiot. He can't do shit. There is nothing he knows that I don't know. And there are things I know that he doesn't know. Many. All these ones, they will go and pay all these people in this thing to turn off your account. Didn't you hear Johnson Sule boy bragging about how he can send all the choirs in his church to report your account and they will take it down? Didn't you hear it? Didn't you people hear the day he said it on a Sunday service? Huh?
Founded on the laws of the prophet, that it was written in their Quran that all nations who should not have answered their authority were sinners, that it was their right and duty to make war upon them wherever they could be found, and to make slaves of all they could take as prisoners, and that every Muslim who should be slain in battle was sure to go to paradise, close quote. So now, over the centuries, while nations led by the UK and the United States have tried to stamp out slavery bit by bit, slavery is a very hard thing to suppress. And given the belief of many Muslims that the
Al-Azhar professor Suad Saleh, in a legitimate war, Muslims can capture slave girls and have sex with them. Okay? From Egypt. Okay? This is Memory TV. You remember this Memory TV where the station where pundits fight? They throw water at each other. Go watch this station. My dear, the only condition I will enter their studio is when you put me in an old night gown, metal coverage. Then I will be very bulletproof inside. Then when you want to appear, please go and watch them. You are seeing all those Arab TV stations where they are fighting. Yes, it's this Memory TV. My dear, I will before I will be a pundit there. See the position you should be taking there. To appear there, you have to be like this. Please, that is why you all should go and train. Please go study kickboxing. Learn kickboxing. Train yourselves. My people, watch it. They are the ones speaking, not me. Not me. September 12, 2014, at the height of ISIS. At the height of ISIS, 2014, watch it, when they were enslaving people in northern Iraq. the minorities, they didn't finish with their wars. They used that opportunity to send them all away. The Christians of Syria, who are the oldest people in Syria, gone. The present Syrian president, Alawite, is a minority. Had they removed him, they would have killed all the Alawites, and they said it openly. 2014, watch it, at the height of the war. Open slavery running everywhere. He went and justified it. Watch the date. September 12, 2014. Let's continue.
The enslavement of non-believers is their right. According to religious doctrine, it's no wonder that open
Kerosene. Go and check it. Read it there from Kerosene.
slavery has
Muslim scholar says it's okay to rape non-Muslim women to humiliate them. You see it? Then Boko Haram is raping both Muslims and non-Muslims. Religion is a weapon of war. Africans, wake up.
been particularly difficult to eradicate in the Islamic world. Among the last states to abolish slavery were Saudi Arabia and the Yemen.
Saudi Arabia abolished slavery in 1962. Did they actually? Did they? Huh? Go to all these. When they want to show you Saudi Arabia, they'll show you the good parts of Riyadh and every other place. Go in. You think they don't have villages? They have poor people. Many poor people. There are beggars in Saudi Arabia, Saudi citizens, okay?
In 1962, under pressure from Britain. Then Oman in 1970.
Oman 1970. It is still happening today. Okay? You know, now you see why Arabs don't respect you. I told you their fathers still have this receipt with which they purchased the slaves. It's still in their home. So why would they take you seriously? And they see Africa. Everywhere you see all these ones that are using Africa to make money. OGHOKK in Jaka is small. All these people showing you hungry African kids. United Nations to help. Please, show me a single United Nations program that is running in your village. They will go to one village, they will just sink a borehole that will stop running in 2 years. With 2 tanks that they are giving them water. Then they will put a gigantic signpost. The signpost is more expensive than the project itself. Then they go everywhere around the world and be taking money. Ask Haitians what Hillary Clinton did with their money. Over $10 billion. What did they build? 6 homes. Small homes. So I-shape. Small homes. 6 with $10 billion. Scam!
And Mauritania in 1905. Then
Mauritania, 1905, 1981, and 2007. 2007. Guess what is still happening today? Quote me anywhere.
again in 1981, and again in August 2007. And even though King Faisal abolished slavery in Saudi Arabia by
Saudi domestic workers treated like slaves, says Human Rights Watch. Oh, they just realized? Ask people from Uganda, even your Nigerians that are in Saudi Arabia, most of them will not open their mouth and tell you what their masters are doing. As a domestic worker, you will be washing the plates in the kitchen by day. Then by night, the master will wash your own plates in the room. And you will not say anything. If you go to the police, they will beat you up. They may even kill you. They will put you in prison. Then they'll send you back to your master. He owns you. They tell you it's a contract. No, it's slavery. It didn't stop. In Saudi Arabia, please, all of those people that are saying Islam knows no color, really? Okay, I will post one photo on my one of our brothers' page, a Facebook account. I'll get some photos and post them there. Can a black man hold any elective position in Saudi Arabia? The answer is no. Even though they had Saudi citizens, not slaves, Saudi citizens, black, but you cannot hold a single position in government. They don't born you well. All the black princes. Do you know that Saudi kings have been marrying Ethiopian women for a long time? Alamuddin, please, those of you from Ethiopia or you are living in Ethiopia, check the story of Alamuddin. And why is it no matter what he does or his company does in Ethiopia, nobody will do anything? Is he not the one introducing homosexuality to you people in a large scale? Go and check all those groups. Just like Atiku is doing in Nigeria. Quote me anywhere. Atiku is a gay lord. Atiku, yes. For those of you that are getting articulated, don't worry, they will articulate your nyash. Articulated, they will articulate it. Atiku is coming. I don't know whether it's C-O-M-I-N-G or C-U-M. Yes, he is coming on you people. Don't worry, Atiku is coming. He will come on you people. You don't want to hear the truth. Come on, let's continue.
By royal decree, he largely neglected to amend Saudi labor laws to provide protection for workers in the kingdom because of the...
They see us as slaves. Kenyan women head for the Gulf despite abuse, fears. Because their government is hopeless, just like Nigeria. Until your government starts working for you, these people will not take you seriously. You are a slave. You will still go there. Check, many Nigerians will still go to there to work. They have no choice. What? The masters will rape them and still pay them. Hey, the boyfriends, different boyfriends they are keeping. One for her, one for this, one for that are giving them peanuts. What's the difference? That's what they will tell you. Yes. Including in Lebanon. Including Lebanon.
The culture of servitude that is very intricately woven into the...
No, those wives are not fake. Most of them, they have wives, but they still do it. They have wives, they still do it. Okay? Why do you think Atiku was protecting that guy that raped Chloe, that small girl, a 6-year-old girl that was raped in their news and the vagina by a boy that is working for his in-law? Why do you think Atiku and co protected the guy, including the baby's father? Including the baby's father, who is a brother-in-law to Atiku through his wife Jennifer, the one from Onitsha. Yes. Hey, you think this homosexuality that is common in Onitsha started today? The Anglican Church, Niger Diocese, how many bishops, how many archdeacons, how many priests are gays, including the Catholic Church? Valerano Binna, the Catholic Archbishop of Owerri Archdiocese. Haven't you heard that one? Should we start? Where have you people been living? Under the rock? Guys, what do you think the white priests, the missionaries were doing to all those people they made kings and bishops and priests? Huh? Your seminary schools, what do you think are doing there? Ask all those seminarians, they will tell you. All the seminarians that are chasing women, those ones are the good ones. All the priests that are sleeping with people's wives and girls, these are the good ones, okay? Ask yourself, why is it that each and every one of us knows at least a priest that is chasing a woman they know? Oh, you think that priest is doing it, but the other ones are not doing it? Wake up!
The national fabric, and thus the situation of many foreign workers in the Gulf region to this day being treated little better than slaves. Now, the reason why it has been so difficult to uproot slavery in the Islamic world is that, as stated, slavery as well as sexual slavery is not only condoned by Allah in the Quran, but
again, look at the Quran, please, Muslims. Read these places open your own Quran, please. Not my own Quran. I didn't write any. If you want to know how Islam is practiced actually, come to Turkey. Most of the people know that it's a joke. If I go to the Istanbul red light district now, you will not tell a man from a woman. You will think they are men. They are all women. They are women. They are men. Breast, everything. You would think it's a woman. No difference. No difference. In Turkey, yet the flag is the Islamic symbol. You think it's a that is why Saudi Arabia cannot talk nonsense where Turkey is. Talk rubbish. Talk rubbish, they will sink Islam. Christians cannot tell Turkish people rubbish, they will sink Christianity immediately. Jews cannot talk nonsense against the Turkish people, they will sink Islam immediately. They have the books, everything correct, documents, everything. The Council of Nicaea was called there is Busa. Nicaea is in Turkey, Busa. The Nicene Council, Nicene Creed, the Nicene Creed you're reading. Do you know where it was written? Do you know where the council was called? I know the place. I've been to the place exactly. Come here, I will take you to the city. I will tell, hey, this is where they called the Nicene Council. Bullshit. Fake. 5 years from now, it will be exactly 1,700 years. So it was not like this. Originally.
But was also practiced by his messenger, Muhammad, who, according to Islamic canon texts in the trusted Hadith, was a slave trader himself. This is why you see in Muslim organizations like Boko Haram in Africa, as well as
slavery forms lucrative and critical role for Islamic State, and Boko Haram is a lie. The foreign money is there too. They've been running slavery non-stop. Okay? Gaddafi stopped them. Now Gaddafi left, they started doing it on a much larger scale. They never stopped anyway. All the Amajiri boys and girls they've been stealing. All the Dandaudos, where do you think they are getting all these boys they are molesting from? You think they will do it to the son of one Alhaji? All hell will break loose that day. Guys, didn't you see the photo of an imam having sex with a man in a mosque? Didn't you see the video? Guys, those of you who've seen the video, please tell them in the comment section right now. Tell them. Islam, my foot. Forget that nonsense.
ISIS in the Levant, engaging in systematic and widespread kidnapping, raping, and the sexual enslavement of women.
This is the face of the ISIS sex slave market. What they did to the Yazidis, they've been trying to finish the Yazidis. See, my fellow Igbo men and women, do not listen to anyone that is telling you anything about war. If it happens, the mistake they did between 67 and 70, they will complete it this time around. That is exactly what they did to the Yazidis. They've sent them packing from their land. The Syrian Christians, the oldest people in Syria, they are the Syrian Christians before these Muslims came. Not only are they minority, they've now been set away whatever is left of them. The Christians of Iraq, where are they? The old people of Iraq. Iraqis practice Christianity before Islam. Now, where are the Christian communities? You think it's only Turkey? Guys, leave these things.
After the murder of their men. This is also why you see open slave markets in Libya selling sub-Saharan African slaves in 2020. The justification for it by these groups is that, quote, what the Prophet has permitted, Muslims cannot forbid, closed.
What the Prophet has permitted, Muslims can't forbid. Now you know why it's a murderous ideology masquerading as religion.
Quote. Now again, while slavery can never be justified, it was one civilization on this planet, one civilization that put an end to the practice. It was one civilization that forced the rest of the world to end open slavery. It was one civilization that championed the equality of all people. While this doesn't make the historic enslavement of any people right, it does neglect the reality of the oft-repeated self-flagellating version of history so loved by the hashtag resistance and their march to destroy the four olds. Thus, the current push to destroy monuments, to destroy statues, and to rename roads and place names in the United Kingdom, as well as America and Canada, is not really about
George Floyd protests. Activists draw up hit list of UK statues they want removed. You are burning evidence. You are destroying evidence. Okay? Okay?
slavery. What is clear is that this is only a small part of a cultural revolution that is now taking place as the demographics of the Western world radically transform. This revolution isn't about love, conciliation, and creating a new path forward for all people, but as the protests and the language used by the hashtag resistance, it's about the destruction of the four olds. Don't be fooled. Because how far do we have to go back? Do we topple Gandhi and Lincoln monuments for their views on race? Do we cancel every US president from Washington to Grant for being slave owners? Do we topple mosques and minarets as they are shrines to...
How about we topple mosques and minarets? Nobody's talking about that one. How about the Jews paying for what they did? No, you will be called an anti-Semite. Go to Saudi Arabia, is with the Jews. Go to white place, it's with Jews. Then you go to the Jewish land, is the Jews. Guys, now you know the people you are not allowed to criticize. Okay?
a slave owner and trader? And for that, I think we all know the answer, as Muslims do not buy into Comrade Woke's worldview and would have something to say about that. But also because Islam is not a Western construct, it is immune to this hysteria. Next month is July, named after Julius Caesar. Caesar boasted of killing 1 million Gauls and enslaving another million. What?
1 million Gauls Caesar killed. Gaul, when you are talking about Gaul, you are talking of France of today. France, yes, he enslaved them, the French. It's in every culture. Black people enslaved black people too. So when we are talking about punishing those responsible for slavery, is in every culture. We punish all of them together. Julius Caesar. July is named after him. Are you going to change the month too? Don't worry, guys. You see all these ones ruling Europe, his blood is running in them. 2, all these empires that have been rising and falling, all these, they will still move to the other one, man. It's the same thing, the same people. Same people.
Like most recorded boasts in antiquity, Caesar probably exaggerated. But should July be cancelled? What about the month after that, August, which is named after Caesar's nephew, Octavian, who also owns...
Octavia is the one you call Caesar Augustus. Okay?
Do we get rid of July and August? Our alphabet was created by a people and a culture that enslaved millions. Do we reject our ABCs? Where does it end? When is history history? And the real question currently is, when is history used as a weapon by comrades of the revolution? It's time to wake up. This is Maoism. The values of universal equality were uniquely formed in the West over a long period of time, and sadly, not instantaneously, as societies evolve and change. But this idea of human equality had never existed in any human society before its blossoming in the West a couple of
Please, guys, go subscribe to his YouTube channel. Follow him on Instagram. Black Pigeon Speaks, and his main Facebook, his main YouTube channel is Black Pigeon Speaks too.
Ago. Now, I think we should remember history, warts and all.
I got that name, Ijele Speaks, from him. I copied that. Yes, he's a nice guy. Yes. I will give him that credit.
And while we should never seek to condone or dismiss the slavery of the past, we in the West should recognize that it was our ancestors and our ancestors alone that were the ones to finally put an end to this oldest of human practices, and then forced the rest of the unwilling planet to do the same. While the resistance seeks to deconstruct our civilization, we have to remember not only the warts of it, but also its triumphs, and ending human slavery that had
Please
existed.
go subscribe to his channel. Subscribe to his channel, please. See it here. This is Felix Rex. His backup channel, but he posts things here more often, and he's on BeachTube. He doesn't use YouTube anymore. All these videos he will upload them on other alternative sites before YouTube, because YouTube censored him so much. Please, this is my YouTube channel, guys. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done that. I think, oh, it's a long one today. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Ijele Speaks. As you can see, we are streaming there also. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel to stay connected. Scarlight, you are free to copy. Oh. Yes, you are free to copy. It's allowed. My people, another wonderful one, and we've come to the end of today's program. Guys on YouTube, I will let you go right now. Thank you for joining us. Help me share it with your friends and family. Share it on your Facebook platform. Guys on Facebook, please help me. Let me see if I can get only 20 people to share this YouTube stream. I know you've watched it, but go to the YouTube. Help me share it. Let us get more YouTube followers. So you can share it on your Twitter account too, and spread the message. You never can tell who will get it, and use it. Whether they give us the credit or not, I don't care. I just want the message to spread. Okay? Thanks, guys on YouTube. Remember to like it and subscribe if you are watching us for the first time. Yeah.